night, good night, good night. Happy Friday. I'm back and I'm really excited for tonight. We will talk about CBD and drug interactions, and I feel like it's an important topic. I get a lot of questions, especially for those 55 and older, especially for those who are new to CBD. Have been asking me, Bevon, can you talk about CBD and drug interaction? It's not something that most people talk about. And so I'm really excited to just go through this night, inform you all about the interactions, and so that when you go buy the product, you know what you're getting into. And so first I'd like to say thank you to Woken Vegan for sponsoring this video. Please go to wokenvegan.com. And for those of you who are new, please hit the like button, subscribe, and just follow along. And so today we're going to talk about just drug interaction. Make sure you get the book, CBD for Beginners. Everything I'm talking about tonight is in this book here, right? And so I find that this is just a basic understanding. It's going to help you to learn what you can when it comes to CBD and just the basic information. So CBD and drug interaction, it's all in here. All right. So many brands, right, they will sell you a CBD product without fully educating you on it. And this is not something that I'm going to say is wrong or right. It's just the fact of things, right? Brands are there to sell. They're not really there to probably educate you. And that's from what I've seen, just being in the industry. Now, I'm not going to say this is every brand. There are brands who are all about education and there to help you. But on a general consensus, majority of brands are not there to fully help you. Hey, what's up, Jay? Thank you for being here. And so the reason I say that is for somebody who's new to CBD, right, it's a scary thought, especially if you're on medication, for those of you 55 and older. So let's just talk about the cytochrome P450 enzyme system. So within the body, CBD is broken down by the CYP enzymes and then processed by the body's cytochrome P450 system. This system is also responsible for processing and metabolizing multiple medications. And one side effect of CBD is that it preoccupies our cytochrome P450 system, slowing down the process of some medications. So if your body's cytochrome P450 system is busy metabolizing or breaking down CBD rather than your medicine, it can cause your medicine to remain in your system longer. And then this may result in the medication accumulating or building up in the body to potential toxic levels and not doing its job. So what we've seen is that CBD can disrupt the medications you're taking, right? And so we ask, what can be done? And so for me, as an educator, my focus is helping you, the brand, and also the consumer who is buying the brand, right? I feel like being able to educate both will get to us into a space where everyone gets quality medication without having to worry. So for me, it's our CBD brands asking you if you're new to CBD. So I said that is, if you're new to CBD and you go into a brand, you want to say, hey, I want to get some CBD. The first question they should be asking you, are you new to CBD? If you are not, then they can say, okay, well, what is it you're looking for? But if you're new, we're going to ask you, why are you taking CBD for, right? Try to find out, what are the cause, because maybe you may not need CBD, maybe you may need medical marijuana, depending on what state you're in. And so you have to ask, as a brand, have to ask you, hey, what is it you're taking for, so they can answer the question properly. And then as an owner, brand should be asking you, are you on any medications? And this is where topic of the night comes in for, right? So if you're on blood thinners or any medication, brands should say, hey, are you talking to your doctor before you take this medicine, right? Because it can't interrupt with your body. And when I talk about CBD here, I'm not just talking about full spectrum. One of my main concern is CBD isolate. And I am saying this from just talking to doctors, physicians in the industry and what they relate to me and what I've been able to research, right? And so My advice for you is always talk to your doctor first before you purchase any CBD. Make sure your doctor know that, hey, I am taking this. So for me, when I started my journey, I was on blood pressure medicine, cholesterol medicine, and I told the doctor, hey, I'm taking CBD, right? I was straight up. Doctor had no problem with it. For me, I used it in my journey to lose, about 40 pounds now over the past 4 years. And I slowly came off blood pressure medication. My blood pressure came down. I slowly came off my cholesterol medicine because my cholesterol came down. And so I was, I didn't have to go through those issues where I interact with my medications. But for somebody, different body structure, different age, it can affect you differently. So please talk to your doctor. And then the third thing is, are you educating yourself before you purchase CBD? So make sure you get the book, right? It's in the description, or go to Amazon and search for CBD for Beginners. The book is going to help you to understand the basics. So that way when you go buy CBD products, you know what to look for. You know, like, not to take any excuses from people who are selling you the product, because some of them, they don't even know what they're selling. So the topic of the night, I have 10 topics we're gonna go through. And like I said, all this information is available in the book. So medicines that are known to use cytochrome for the enzyme system. And this information was provided according to Indiana University Department of Medicine. So we have angiotensin 2 blockers, antibiotics, antiarrhythmics, antidepressants, anti-epileptic, antihistamines, antipsychotics, benzos, beta blockers, calcium channel blockers, HIV antivirals. We have immune modulators, NSAIDs, right? Oral hypoglycemic agents, prokinetics, PPIs, steroids, and sulfonylureas. Hope you pronounce the word properly. But before you begin to worry, right? Not every medicine in this category will cause interaction. This is just a general overview. And this is why I say it's important for you to talk to your doctor. And so let's talk about CBD and grapefruit. So if you're on medication and doctors say, hey, don't take grapefruit, you can't take any grapefruit with the medicine, then it's a high chance that CBD will impact the medications you're taking. So like I said, talk to your doctor. Thank you so much for comment, right? Make sure you have any questions, please ask, and don't forget to hit the like button. So yes, if you're, the grapefruit rule that we like to use, like if you cannot take grapefruit, then high chance you cannot take CBD. But talk to your doctor. The doctor may say, well, yes, but from what we know that CBD doesn't interact with it, and the doctor will help you with a plan so that way you're on your way to proper health, right? There's no reason for you to do this on your own. I know that those of you who follow my channel for the past 5 years know that I'm a stickler for making sure that you educate yourself properly. And I want to make sure that as you go, right, and I continue to provide you this education over the next 5, 10, 20 years going, that you are a leg up on the knowledge and information. And at the end of the day, please do your research. I provide you all information, including links to the NIH website at the bottom of the description. So the next we're going to go into is antibiotics, right? So fluoroquinolone antibiotics in particular can't interact with CBD. They're commonly used to treat a variety of illnesses such as respiratory and urinary tract infections. So examples are ciprofactive, lavaquin, Evalox, Oroxin, and Floxin. And so if you are on this medicine, like I said, talk to your doctor, talk to your doctor, talk to your doctor. This is going to help you to make sure that you do not get sick, end up in the hospital. And I know some of you ask about, when's the best time to take the CBD compared to medicine. We'll talk about that at the end of the video. And so those of you on beta blockers, right? CBD has been linked with lowering blood pressure. And I can attest to that because, like I said, I lost 40 pounds in my journey. I started in 2016. And high blood pressure runs in my family. Diabetes runs in my family. I've been borderline diabetic since early 2000. I think it was 2000, 2001. And so, um, just being somebody who took the product before I really got in education, like I've seen what it done for me, right? Like I said, I talked to my doctor. I saw that it lowered my blood pressure, but it wasn't just the CBD for me. It was starting off by changing my diet. I started doing smoothies. I slowly reduced the meat that I take to where now that I don't eat any land meat. I eat fish, and I eat as healthy as possible that I can. I do yoga every day. I take care of myself, right? Some days I go jogging. I haven't been able to in a minute because I've been dealing with some pain, but I did some steps, not just CBD. I went and changed my diet, and so if you're on high blood pressure medicine, most likely it's because you're not taking care of yourself properly, and so you're coming to CBD, right? So talk to your doctor. But like I said, it helped me lower my blood pressure, right? However, CBD can have negative interaction with beta blockers and other blood pressure medicine taken together. CBD can affect how our bodies process beta blockers and can cause undesired effects. So please consult your doctor. So CBD and heart cardiovascular medications. So CBD has the potential to interact with many different heart medications such as statins, a class of lipid-lowering medications, and beta blockers, which are medicines that treat irregular heart rhythms and are applied following heart attacks, right? So example of heart medications that have interactive warnings include Cardarone, Lipitor, Coreg, Silicone, Plavix, Brilinta, Adalat, Procardia, Pervacol, Quinidin, Tylenol, and Darvin. And so, like I said, talk to your doctor about some of these medications. Especially if you're somebody who had a heart attack and you want to get better, you want to get into CBD. We know that CBD does really well for the body. It does wonders, and just want to make sure that you do not add on to what you're going through, right? So let's talk about blood pressure medicines. So calcium channel blockers, blood thinners, and medications treat blood pressure and abnormal heart rhythms have a strong interaction warning when using CBD. For instance, CBD reduces the body's ability to break down the prescription blood thinner warfarin, thereby increasing its intended effect. Other examples of medication that may interact with CBD include Novax, Cardizem, Plendil, Dinosorc, Adalat, Procardia, Demodex, Diovan, Kalal, Esoptin, and Verulam. And then when it comes to benzos, a medicine that sedates you, you have to be careful, right? So benzos, sometimes called benzodiazepines, are used for managing anxiety, insomnia, nausea, depression, and panic attacks. And these are key areas that, like, especially me and others, use CBD for. So for me, I have anxiety, I have depression, right? That stems from just how I grew up, life. But CBD helps me so much with my anxiety, my depression. I can tell you, like, me being here on camera right now, talking to you is a big deal for me. I've never been able to do this. Any videos that you have seen me on Instagram, here on my other YouTube channels, on the website CBD How, even on Facebook. When I first started, I was very shy. Like, I was scared, and I was having panic attacks. I was worrying about, hey, people gonna like the video, my message is coming out clear, am I talking too fast? And so it helped me by reducing my anxiety and my depression. And it's not gonna be something that like open overnight. For me, it was the first 6 months before I really realized that cloud that was sitting over my head was gone. And so you want to just take caution, talk to your doctor. CBD can slow down the body's ability to process some benzos, namely the widely used Xanax and Valium, right? This may result in higher blood concentration of the drug, producing side effects. Other typical benzos which may interact with CBD include, like I said, Xanax, Valium, first, Pervacol, Durol, and Halcium. And so when he says that it may result in higher blood concentrations of the drug, like if CBD is preventing the drug from going through your body and being used, like your liver system, like, right? This is what I said, it's a liver system which is processed the cytochrome, P450 enzyme system, that instead of the liver now using up and reducing the amount of volume of Xanax in your body because of this, the CBD is blocking it. You don't know what adverse reaction it's having for you. And so CBD and statins. So cholesterol decreasing medicine like statins can impact CBD. CBD can preoccupy the body system for producing like certain drugs. This may cause like remaining medicines to stay in your body longer, which have a potential dangerous buildup. And like I said, I was taking cholesterol reducing medicine, right? And I was one of the lucky ones, right? But I was talking to my doctor and letting my doctor know that, hey, I am taking CBD. And I was doing this long before I started reducing my intake and of the medicines, and also changing my diet. And so other medicines that have CBD interaction warnings are antifungal medications such as Nazoral, Spiranex, antihistamines, right? Allegra, Seldane, anti-inflammatory drugs. You have cholesterol and lipid medications, right, like Zocor, cholesterol treatments like Mevacor, and malaria medications. And so those of you who have to travel to go to Africa or to a lot of these other countries and have to take malaria medications, you want to let your doctor know, hey, I am taking CBD. And then Viagra, right, the little blue pill. The funny thing is, I can tell you that I've seen companies who added Viagra to their CBD and then call it, hey, this will help you when it comes to increasing your sex drive. And so some of these companies got in trouble by the FDA. And this is why, like, you have to be very careful on some of these companies that you're dealing with here, because they'll just take your money. They won't help you. I've seen companies that add all kinds of junk to the products just so that they can make a product. And at the end of the day, we know that CBD does well for inflammation, and inflammation is the cause of many of the issues that we have, right? For those of you who are, like I said, may have trouble sleeping, like you're in pain, like I'm in pain right now. I have inflammation in my back, so I'm seeing a chiropractor along with using CBD. And the funny thing is, when I go to the chiropractor's office, they have things for CBD, so they sell CBD in there, which we notice now, CBD is becoming an everyday thing. And so just talking to the doctors and pharmacists and physicians over the past 5 years, what I'm going to tell you is my education to you. So please do your research, talk to your doctor. But from talking to them, we have, like I mentioned, so in the book, right, we talk about full spectrum, broad spectrum, and acid isolate. So for those of you who know, full spectrum is full plant, right? It's has all the cannabinoids in there. For me, like when I talk to people about it, I said, for me, it's like growing up in the Caribbean. I have villages helping me, my cousins. So CBD for me is the mom, right? THC is the dad, then CBC, CBG, CBN, all the other like THCV, etc. are brothers and sisters and cousins. And when you are together, you're able to have a better dynamic. Family, is 100%. And so full spectrum is the same thing, 100%. So I look at it as, I have my glass full. That's full, right? So that's full spectrum. If I drink some of the water out of it, it's no longer full. So whenever you see a company telling you full spectrum, with zero THC, that's a false. That's a lie. And yeah, there's no other way to tell you is, if you see a company tell you full spectrum is zero THC, please just stay away. Next thing is broad spectrum, is when, like say for example, THC is not detected. Like from my research, broad spectrum has THC in there. It's not detected. So it's hard for me to see a company said broad spectrum zero THC when I know according to science, it's not detectable. And you have to think about it this way: if you have a tub full of water, and you drop 1,000 milligrams of CBD inside the water, you're going to disperse. And like I know that CBD, because it's oil based and it doesn't mix with water. But for this case, let's say it mixes with the water. You splash it up. Now you take a drop. You do a lab test. It shows that you can detect CBD in there. Take a little bit more from other side of the tub, and you see that okay, it's not detected. But like wait, I added the THC the CBD into the water. Where did it go? It just diluted, right? So the same thing happened when it comes to broad spectrum. And then you have CBD isolate, which is just isolate. It's white. It's a powder, and so that's the safest bet with THC. So like back to when it comes to drug interactions, we know that from just like I said, talking to the doctors and that isolate is the one they're more concerned about because it's pure. It's like taking pure Tylenol, right? It's pure form of CBD. And so the recommendation is taking full spectrum or even broad spectrum that has other cannabinoids in there for the fact that it's no longer just CBD in there, right? CBD is no longer just a full active ingredient. There's other ingredients in there that will not affect you as much. And that's what I've been told, right? So I can only go by what I'm told. And maybe if you're watching this 5 years from now, that this information may have changed. But as of when I wrote the book and my research now in 2021, that this is what I've been told. And so getting to the last topic is what about the 2-hour rule? So yes, I've heard doctors, physicians, pharmacists who said that they recommend waiting a couple hours, but there's no set in stone, right? That's just a guideline that people talk about. And for me, being an educator, I'm not gonna say that's 100%. Like if you're gonna do it, then at least wait, right? Let all your other medications go through first, and then take your CBD. But at the end of the day, talk to your doctor, right? It's always gonna be the key. Talk to your doctor. Talk to your doctor. Talk to your doctor. So I hope this this video will help you on your journey for healing. And like I said, I can attest what a wonderful thing he's done for me, right? And I hope that you're able to get the proper education. Follow us on CBD How, also on CBD How here on YouTube. Go to YouTube, search for Hemp Education. You find CBD. Those of you who are watching on Facebook, just go to CBD How and www.cbdhow for information. So I appreciate you so much. Thank you for supporting. Thank you, Welcome Vegan, for sponsoring this video. Those of you who want to support me and everything I do, the Venmo, the Cash App there. If you're a brand that's watching and you need help when it comes to digital marketing, I do that. That's what I've been doing for 15 years, and my team will gladly help you. And like I said, please get a book. It's on Amazon, $10. It's very short book, 38 pages right here. All the information is in here. It's available also in Canada. I have people over the world buying the book, so I'm grateful for those of you who bought the book, who've been supporting me all these years. I appreciate you so much, and yeah, have a wonderful Friday night.
Escúchame, baby, dice así. Hoy te voy a encontrar bailando. Hoy te voy a encontrar bailando. Hoy te voy a encontrar. Vamos, nena, ya no te escondas más. Sigue el ritmo de tu corazón, tienes que seguir sus latidos. Vamos, nena, ya no te escondas más. Sigue el ritmo de tu corazón, tienes que seguir sus latidos. Escúchame, baby, dice así. Enciende tu